European motocross tracks, where Roger DeCoster became motorcycle's first superstar. For the sport to thrive across the pond, American promoters secured the nation's top arenas, where they built man-made tracks to induce crowds that reached 70,000 strong. New heroes like Jammin' Jimmy Weinert, Tony DeStefano, and Gary Semix were created. But in the late 70s, Bob Hurricane Hanna and his hell-bent, come-from-behind, foot-off-the-pegs riding style elevated Supercross to a national phenomenon. His 27 career victories and 3 consecutive championships have secured this living legend a prominent place in Supercross history. In the early 80s, the torch was passed to the little professor, David Bailey, whose smooth technical style won the 1983 title. In the mid-80s, the flying freckle Jeff Ward won 2 Supercross titles, the first rider to win titles in every class. Rick Magic Man Johnson used his flashy style and all-American demeanor to win fans, as well as 2 championships. His 28 victories passed Hanna's all-time total. In 89-90, Johnson's Honda teammate Jeff Stanton would claim the #1 plate with back-to-back titles. In 92, his work ethic and determination helped him become only the second rider with 3 championships. Who would be the next Supercross superstar? Damon Bradshaw, Mike Kudrowski, or Mike LaRocco? In 1993, the question was answered by Jeremy McGrath. He became the first rookie to win the championship. His 10 wins, the all-time one-season record. Last year, 9 more victories led to a second title. McGrath hopes his crowd-pleasing knack-knack style will join Hanna as the only 3-time consecutive champion and become #1 in career victories. Can anyone stop McGrath? Find out as the 1995 United States Supercross Series gets underway. Jeremy McGrath is on a record-setting pace. The Supercross fans in the Midwest came out to capture a record of their own. 55,723 have jammed the Metrodome, the largest crowd of the young season. Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 2 of the U.S. Supercross Series. I'm Art Ekman, along with David Bailey, former Supercross champion. And David, Jeremy McGrath was absolutely brilliant in the opener in Orlando.
Well, he was, you know, and we've all been waiting to see LaRocco get through the pack and challenge him, and he did just that. Appeared as though that McGrath was pulling away, and later we found out that LaRocco had no rear brake and crashed as a result. And, but he does seem to be getting off the line a little better. If he does that again tonight and with a rear brake, who knows?
Also, there's been a challenge as far as showmanship is concerned. Last week, I'm speaking of Michael Craig in the heat race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had it upside down on one of the triples, and he has a new, another trick where he takes his leg and crosses over in front. And it's called a can-can. And while it looks real impressive, I think McGrath gets the last laugh with a victory.
Tonight is the first of 2 meetings where the East 125 riders get a chance to test the West. The West with more experience, especially with Damon Huffman, the defending champion, and Ryan Hughes, a veteran.
Well, they're the veterans, obviously, but the top 3 finishers from Orlando appear to be the new kids on the block, and they've already got one 125 event under their belt, so it should be real interesting.
The track here in the Metrodome, very interesting. The riders expect it to rut up and be very rough in the whoops. Let's take a look.
Well, here it is. It's your classic Supercross track. You got triples on each side of the racetrack to dazzle the fans. You got a little shorter starting line than what we had last week in Orlando. Also, more room to file through that first turn. That long whoop section with those 2 ruts is going to pose problems for these riders. Let's see how the future stars handle them as the 125 main event is next. This edition of ESPN Speed World is brought to you by Honda, defending champions and holders of the past 7 consecutive Supercross titles. Honda, come ride with us. And by Suzuki. Right now, your Suzuki dealer has the ride you've been waiting for and the financing to get it. It is the first of only 2 meetings on the year that both East and West regions 125 riders will face each other. A chance for the cream of each crop to test their skills against one another. 2 dominant riders out west. We saw Damon Huffman and Ryan Hughes. Here's Tim Ferry, who won the Eastern opener flag to flag with Frenchman Mikel Pachon taking 2nd place last week. There you see Ryan Hughes in the starting lineup. He's coming off a strong finish in Orlando, 6th place in the 250. And let's not forget,
Damon Huffman was on the ground halfway through that main event. I hope he's 100% still.
He took a hard crash in the 250s trying it out in Orlando. Last year's 125 Western champion. Huffman won at Anaheim and last year right here in the Metrodome. It will also be interesting, David, to see how Kevin Windham, the young 16-year-old on the Yamaha, will do here against the Western stars, more experienced stars.
Well, he's got more experience under his belt now, having gone out and finished on the podium in his first ever Supercross. It had to give him a boost of confidence.
All right, we're ready. They're revving up. They're waiting for the gate to drop, and there she goes in the dash for the whole shot. Look at that. It's a battle between Pingree, number 41, Windham, 43, and Ryan Hughes, number 9. The Skycam.
Ryan Hughes takes a nice line around the first corner. He's got the inside. Looks like Kevin Windham right now controls the pace.
Windham out in front, number 43, with Hughes on the run, and it looks like Hughes is destined to take over the lead here before the end of the first lap. Ryan Hughes on the Kawasaki Pro Circuit.
Ryan Hughes is very aggressive, and he just made a nice calculated move there. He just chose the inside all the way up the straightaway.
Whoa! Hughes goes down. Wyndham takes over the lead. Huffman goes by him. Bad break for Ryan Hughes.
Well, here's another look. You see Windham gets in there and touches him a little bit. Ryan's front end washes out over the berm, and he goes down. I think Windham just caught him by surprise, and he lost his concentration. Just let the front end get away from him.
So the young 16-year-old Kevin Windham, number 43 in the lead. There's Huffman, number 1. 26 is Brown. 41 Pingree. 27 Craig Decker. 101 Pichon. Not a very good start for him, David.
Not at all. And you can see how difficult it's going to be for him to pass, especially to those loops where it's starting to develop one line.
Kevin Windham, what a story he was earlier. He got tangled up with Gonzalez in the heat race, edged Pedro in the last lap for the final transfer spot. Gonzalez had to go to last chance qualifier, which he won. But Kevin Windham finds himself out on top of this race. Is that a great advantage in this track?
It's an excellent advantage right now. The only competition I think he feels right now is that of Damon Huffman, who's lurking back there in second. The other good guys are buried in the pack. Dobb got off to a bad start. Pichon's back there, and Ryan Hughes is all the way in the back, having to work his way up from the first lap fall.
Already Huffman in second place behind number 43, Kevin Windham. Huffman seems like he's feeling the track out a little bit right now.
Well, he's smart. He knows that as long as he keeps Windham right there within striking distance, he knows he's got plenty of time to make that pass.
Oh, those ruts are something else. As Huffman and Brown second and third. There goes Decker, number 27. He's staying close. 23 is Ferry. Ferry, the winner last week in Orlando with just the Eastern region riders participating. Pingree, number 41. Ferry, number 23, touches the hay bale, but makes a nice move. Decker, 27, right in the mix as well.
Well, you know, if Ferry hit that hay bale, it actually just kind of swung the back end around and helped him make the pass. He almost lost the front end, and Pingree goes back up the inside. A lot of passing in that section right there.
Pingree likes that tabletop. Got good momentum into the bowl.
Well, they did a nice job of designing the track right there because it gives you a lot of different options. Whether you want to jump, early in the thing or jump going into the corner, there's a lot of different options. He just chose the faster one into the corner and made the pass.
Ferry taking the inside line, but Pingree coming back once again. Ferry, Pingree, and Decker. Quite a three-way battle behind the two leaders.
Well, while these guys are battling, you can see the leaders starting to get away again. Same thing that happened last week. And it's going to be difficult for people like Pichon and Ryan Hughes to come up from the back, get through all these guys. I have a feeling by the time they do, the leaders will be gone.
Easy to see the ruts and the lines taken from this Skycam, David.
Oh, what a neat angle. And you can see there Decker just squared off that corner and made a nice move. And, he didn't make the pass, but it's something you can't see from ground level.
Pichon on the move behind this threesome as they try to catch up with the leader, Kevin Windham. We'll be back. Out of the pits right now as we take a look at the action behind the three front runners. A good competition between Pichon, number 101, and Pingree, number 41. Pichon's got his rhythm, David.
Well, he reminds me a lot of Jean-Michel Bale. And if anybody remembers Jean-Michel, he's very sneaky and very clever at getting his way through the pack, and that's what we're seeing right now from Pichon.
Oh, first place tightening up. Windham, 43. Huffman giving a run. Here's 23, Ferry, and Decker bangs him in the rear. Ooh, that could affect the Eastern Point standings right there if Ferry can't get back in quickly.
Oh, what a mess that was. Let's take another look. You can see Ferry comes in on the outside. It looks like he's just going to try to square off Mike Brown. Mike Brown consents it. You see him glance over there. He jams on the brake. Says no way. Then Decker comes in, runs over his foot, passes both of them. Man, what a bad break for Ferry. He was just sandwiched there.
It's lap 5. Here comes Huffman, and he wants a piece of Wyndham. He takes the lead.
That was a pretty easy move for Huffman. You know, he's got a lot of confidence. And remember, this is Kevin Wyndham's second Supercross, and he's playing it real smart out there.
Brown, number 26, Decker, 27, Pichon, number 101. Pichon getting back in the heat. He had a bad start in 9th place, but battled through Clowers, Keeney, Pingree, and now is taking on Decker and Brown.
Well, he looks really good. You know, he's able to go fast everywhere on the racetrack. You know, when you have to come from behind like that, boy, there's a couple of things that can happen. One is you end up stuck back there riding everyone else's pace, or you can take different lines and work your way up, and that's what he's doing right now. He's doing an excellent job.
Pichon, a second-place finish last week as we go to our Skycam.
Well, you can see the ruts there on the takeoff of that triple. Boy, if you think the triple tough enough, add a few ruts in there. That's kind of like what happened to Robbie Raynard last week in Orlando. He got crossed up in the ruts. It took him right off the track. And oh, look at this exchange.
Banging Brown and Decker. Pichon gets in front of the threesome now.
Well, Pichon just in the right place at the right time. But you know what? Sometimes you make your own luck, and right now he's riding aggressive, and he's got great balance.
Back to our leader, number 1, Damon Huffman. In 1993, he won the last 4 races of the year. Did not take the title. Jimmy Gaddis took the 125 West at that time. And he won at Anaheim, Pasadena, San Jose, and Las Vegas. And in last year, 2 more victories, but the title more consistent as we take a look at the interval.
Well, you can see how far it is back there to 3rd place. You know, this is what happened to Wyndham in the first round. He got stuck in the pack, and the leaders put time on him. Now he's doing it to them.
Decker on the right, Pichon on the left. Each taking separate lines. They're catching up with lappers. Brown and Pingree, along with Ryan Hughes, getting back. And what a comeback it's been for Ryan.
Well, it's been a great comeback. But, you know, when you fall on the first lap like that, everybody goes by. It's really unfortunate. He couldn't have waited a couple of laps. He'd still be up there. And then he's got a glimpse of Ferry coming by. His number plate's hanging out there. That's got to be a problem for him.
Hughes, after crashing in that first lap, David, was in 15th, and he's trying to get back some valuable points here in the first race as far as the 125 West is concerned.
Well, this sets the tone for the rest of the season, and right now Huffman's got it all under control. You know, Huffman was on the ground, as I pointed out last week, and boy, he seems to have recovered. He's 100%. You can see he's dabbing through that whoop section. It's really difficult not only to get through those whoops, but to pick that rut as well and to try to pick a straight line.
Pichon in 3rd place now, but right behind him, number 27, Craig Decker. This has been a great battle during this race.
Well, it's been awesome. And, you know, Pichon came from off the pace, and he's been the rider on the move, possibly the fastest rider on the track. And right now, Decker is hitching a ride, and if these two push each other, they could catch a leader.
Halfway point now is Decker trying to catch up to 3rd place, Pichon. Pichon said it took him a little while to get into shape because he came over to the United States to participate in the entire 125 tour, but he wasn't in shape when he got here.
You know, I think Pichon can get away with that, though. He's one of the types of riders who rides really smooth. He picks good lines, and he rides smart, and that requires a lot less energy.
Brown, Pingree, and Ryan Hughes.
Well, these guys are mixing it up, and Ryan Hughes is the one on the move. Oh, it hits the back tire of Pingree right there, and they both mess up. They don't get the speed to do the triple, and there goes Mike Brown. He puts a little gap on these guys.
Ryan Hughes, though, wants the inside on Pingree, and it's a battle down the whoops.
Well, you know, Ryan Hughes, he kind of cut across on the inside. That's his teammate. I don't know if it was necessary for him to get over there and try to cut him off like that. And, you know, some of the riders don't like Ryan Hughes' riding style, but, man, he's aggressive, and he wants to do whatever it takes to win.
Hughes in the first race of the season ran a 250 in Orlando, took 6th place. Good steady run for him. He was a 3rd place in the semis to get to the main event. And this is his first 125 event of the year. He is in 6th position, and we'll be back in a moment.
Fast. He's got that same quality. He's able to make it look easy. There you get a look at Tim Ferry now, who got in that scuffle with those other couple of riders, got knocked down, got the short end of the stick. His number plate's flying off. It's just a bummer to have won the opening round and have all these problems now.
And he's losing ground in the Eastern Points race after winning in Orlando. This is the first race of the year for the Western guys, though, and Damon Huffman begins the defense of his 125 Western crown in very nice style. He is the class of the 125s today.
He's a little bit lucky, too. You see him getting a little fancy there for the crowd. He's a little lucky in that his main competition came from Kevin Wyndham, and I don't mean to downplay Kevin's performance, but he is a rookie, and he's just playing it smart out there. You can bet that Hannah's not telling him to go for it and make mistakes. Easy to get up there and try to go a little bit faster than you're capable and end up, instead of being second place, 15th, ended up on the ground.
Look at that shot just to the left of Huffman. That's Jeremy McGrath. He's checking out the whoop section, is he not? As Huffman really is cautious, coming toward his 6th career 125 Supercross victory, his 2nd here in the Metrodome.
That looked pretty easy for him tonight. And here comes Kevin Windham, a great performance for him. And you know what? That looks good for him in the point standings for the East. He finished way ahead of Ferry, who won the opening round.
His performance today, along with Bichon's, vault them into a tie for first place in the points race. You see Ryan Hughes, number 9, after crashing, he came all the way back to 5th, but he was ejected, not jumping that final jump. Huffman, Windham, Bichon, Decker, and Hughes, the top 5. Jan Beekes is with our 2nd place finisher right now, who's playing it smart. His 2nd podium performance in 2 races.
Kevin, that was a great ride. First of all, tell us about Ryan Hughes. What happened there? You guys get tangled up?
Yeah, in the first couple laps, everybody's dicing for positions, and I put a real good block pass on me, and he got the job done, went on ahead about his business. But the first couple laps were tough. Then he went down one of the following turns and went down. A tough break for him.
Well, with Tim Ferry having trouble, you may be right up on the top of the points of the East. That's got to be pretty exciting for 2nd race of the Supercross career for you. Yeah, I'm really excited about my finishes so far. I've had a 3rd and a 2nd, and I'm just so happy, especially this weekend. I was kind of a little nervous with the other coast on here. It's going to be a little bit harder, and I didn't get as tired last weekend because, of course, I was a little more nervous with both coasts, and I had the Huffman, number 1 plate on my tail, and he kind of maybe make a few mistakes here and there, but I guess it's all in the learning process. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Well, he's certainly learning well. He's at the top of the heap along with Bichon. Ferry, Brown, and Daub rounding out the top 5 in the East. In the West, it's Huffman by 7 over Decker. Hughes is 9 back with Pingree and Gonzalez. And here's Jan Beekes with Damon Huffman.
Damon, first it was the heat, now it's the final. Boy, you're making this look easy.
Yeah, I had a lot of good luck so far at the first of the year. Been getting some good starts, and that's one thing I didn't do last year, but I've been working really hard with them, and I think it's going to definitely pay off.
Now, you look very strong on a 250 as well, but it's 125 for you. That's what you're concentrating on. What's your goal if you can win them this easy starting off in the season?
Well, just to keep on doing what I'm doing, and so far I started off the right way, and I think the 250s really helped me. I feel stronger on the 125, and that's the main difference is weight and power of the 250, and it definitely helped me, and hopefully I can carry this on through Anaheim and the rest of the event.
Thank you, Jan. David, that was an interesting comment by Damon Huffman, relating the 250 experience to the 125.
Sure, it takes more strength, and he can bring that confidence and that aggression to the 125 and manhandle that lighter machine. There you see Bichon making a habit out of staying on the podium. As the season heads west, he's going to have more strength to bring back to the 125.
The 250s coming up next from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Trying to be funny. I've been eating pretty good. Doug and I were just hanging out.
Cheese.
I'm not an actor. What am I doing? Jeff's doing good. He says to say hi. Hi, Dad. Steve says to say hi. Hi, Mom and Dad. Say what? I think we're going to take it tonight. No, I'd rather have it on your bill than mine. I'm getting ready to go race right now. Mom, guess what? We just won the championship again.
The heat number 1 are being brought to you by Suzuki. 250 riders can get to the main event 3 ways, being the top 4 from one of the 2 heat races. If they don't make that, placing the top 5 in one of the 2 semifinal heats, or in last resort, only 2 qualifying from the last chance qualifier. How important, David, is it to go directly to the main out of this heat race?
Well, it's important for your confidence. It's also important because how you finish in the heat race determines what your pick is to the gate, which is crucial for for that main event. It's also less wear and tear on your mechanic.
Out of our Suzuki highlights, the big event of qualifying, really. Mike Craig taking Mike Kudrowski's rear fender off in the dash for the first turn. Kudrowski carried on, but Mike Craig grimaced in pain. The shoulder injury taking Craig out of the race. Number 33, Tony Amaradio, also felt the sting of the mishap, but it would be Craig who wouldn't get up off the ground for some time.
What a bad break for Mike Craig. You know, he just got jammed into that first corner, had nowhere to go. He high-sided off at Kudrowski's rear fender, and that doesn't usually happen, but he fell just right.
Meanwhile, Todd DeHoop endoed, sending the 10-year veteran to the semis as well. But Craig, that was it for the day. John Dowd in the lead, the factory Yamaha, with Larry Ward, number 11, coming up from behind. Ward riding a smooth. Heat number 1 takes Dowd as Dowd cased it on the small bump. Mike Kudrowski, meanwhile, his battle next was with John Dowd. And Kudrowski, number 7 in the Kawasaki, takes the short turn and beats him through the whoops. Ward, Kudrowski, Dowd, with Brian Swink, the lone remaining battle in heat number 1. He's taking on Bollet, the freshman, for the final transfer spot. Number 10 from the Honda of Troy team, Brian Swink, making the nice move.
Yeah, nice move. There's that section we watched in the 125s where it gives you an option of what you want to do, and he just chose a faster option.
Larry Ward, after a third-place finish in Orlando, gunning for a top spot here in Minneapolis, winning his first heat of the year. Ward, Kudrowski, Dowd, and Swink. They go directly to the main event. Heat number 2, highlights brought to you by Suzuki. A big name out in front, Jeremy McGrath. Emig also there with Doug Henry, a Honda teammate of McGrath's. Mike LaRocco had his problems at the start, stalling out.
Art, I can't figure out why this guy can't get off the line. He should know by now. And you can see Emig having his problems in the roof section. That one line making it even more difficult. It's single file. There you see Lusk has nowhere to go and runs into the back of him.
Out in front, we had McGrath and Henry as we go back in the pack. Lusk, number 24. LaRocco went by 9 or 10 riders after his mistake at the beginning to make the main event.
You know, it's not that difficult for him to make the main event. I mean, a rider of his caliber should be able to power through all these guys. The problem is he has no idea what's going on front, the pace they're running, and look where he's got to start. He's going to have like 10th pick to the gate for the main event.
And here with the last lap, he has one more chance to get in better gate position as he leaps by Emig on the triple jump. McGrath, Henry, LaRocco, Emig. Lusk is the big name in this heat that has to go to the semis to try to make the main. Jeremy McGrath taking the checkers. He has yet to lose in this young season. Doug Henry, his best heat race of the year in the young season. McGrath, Henry, LaRocco, and Emig going directly to the main.
And even though, Art, this is just a heat race, it's still important. I mean, everyone figures LaRocco's the toughest competition for Jeremy, and he just beat him once already.
Semi-final highlights number 1 brought to you by Honda. And it's Todd DeHoop, number 25, taking out to the lead. But Frederic Bollet, number 103, looking very smooth. Number 25, Todd DeHoop out of Hudsonville, Michigan. Made 10 mains last year. He's out in front with a chance to make it this time and takes the checkers in front of Bollet. So it's DeHoop, Bollet, Palmer, Cliff Palmer in third, Steele and Amaradio making it to the main out of semi number 1. Semi-final number 2 brought to you by Honda. Ezra Lusk got the good start, but Ezra, riding with a bad cold, a sore ankle, didn't need any extra races or bad luck, but his crash forced him to come back in the semis to make the main.
Well, Ezra's extremely fast in Supercross, incredibly talented, and unfortunately all that's going to waste. He's on the ground more times than he's not, and he hasn't been able to grasp that rubber side down concept.
Bill Lawrence and Buddy Antonez out near the front. That's Buddy Antonez, number 31, as Lusk fights through the crowd now to get back in the hunt.
Well, he's showing that speed and all that talent right there. Unfortunately, he's just making more work for himself. You know, it's hard enough to make the main straight out of the heat, but with the cold, it's just compounded, and he's going to be tired when he finally gets there.
Lawrence, number 1, Antonez, number 2, and Semi, number 2. 2 privateers helps the pocketbook to go directly to the main. Lawrence, Antonez, Lusk, Parsons, and Stone. With the last chance results, Jeff DeMent winning the last chance qualifier and also making the field. 55,000 plus waiting for the 250 main coming up. If you like motorcycle race,
250 riders in Minneapolis. The final check for these riders on the track. Jeremy McGrath, what a run he's been on. How has success affected this young man?
Well, there's always that switch in your mind. When you get on the starting gate, it's for pleasure because you've started it out as pleasure, but it always ends up as a job. I mean, I want to win races, and that is my job. But it's having fun riding the bike, practice during the week, just making it all fun. And since I've been training a lot lately, I've had to make it a lot of fun. And you know, I'm like kind of getting addicted to this training thing, and I kind of like it. So I'm definitely having fun and looking forward to this race here.
Art of all people to become addicted to training. I would have put Jeremy McGrath on last on my list.
Were you a great trainer?
You know, actually, it wasn't until 1984 that I actually became, really interested in training. In 1983, I won all 3 titles. So it doesn't take physical training. It takes a great riding ability. But to last long, have a long career such as Jeff Ward, physical training is absolutely crucial.
Getting set for the 250 main in Minneapolis before the largest crowd to see a Supercross outside of California. A packed house. They braved the cold outside for the warmth and the action inside. The race for the hole shot. Jeremy McGrath is off to a great when he gets his first hole shot of the year. Emig is right there. Cut him off nice. Doug Henry is there.
Look at that. Kudrowski all the way in the back of the pack. Man, what a bad break for him. And there, Brian Swink all stuck in this mess. Look at his bike. It's completely jammed right there.
Yes, DeMenton Dowd also got hung up in that pack.
Well, here from this overhead cam, you can see everything that's going on there. It's just a log jam in that inside, and lets the leaders get away to a big lead. There's John Dowd just starting to get away clean, and there's Brian Swink stuck.
Well, the anticipation runs high, though, because in second place behind our #1 is Mike LaRocco.
Well, that's like a miracle to get these 2 guys off in the first lap, unscathed and ready to do battle. This is the battle we've all been waiting for. It was starting to shape up at Orlando, but LaRocco lost his rear brake. Most of us couldn't tell that, and really didn't turn into much of a battle at all.
Notice Jeremy McGrath is going over the top of the whoops while LaRocco goes in the rut.
I like that. I think that's a good strategy. You know, when I was riding, I thought it was easier to ride through the whoops and not have to focus on riding through the whoops and through a rut. It'd be interesting to see what LaRocco does about that.
#6, Emig, and #4, Henry, battling it out for third. Also in good position is Larry Ward and Mike Kudrowski.
Well, I'm surprised to see Mike Kudrowski already clear up with these guys. We saw him in the first corner at the tail end of the pack. Man, he must be on the move.
Speed work is helping Mike out, evidently. Here's Henry, Ward. There comes Kudrowski with the triple.
Well, that was nice. You know, all these guys are kind of taking each other's line, and Kudrowski able to come from behind and sort of, figure out where they're going to go and make his move. And he did a nice job right there. Now he's got his sights set on Henry, and well, he's riding a fast pace right now.
Even powered through the hay bale there on the corner a little bit.
Yeah, he's got all these guys in his sights. McGrath and LaRocco look like they've kind of checked out. But look at this cluster of riders right here. I mean, from as far back as he was, he's still got a shot at the podium.
Lusk moving ahead of Ward as we look at Skip Norfolk. Jeremy McGrath's mechanic checking out on the stopwatch as #1 is really putting on a sprint now.
Man, it looks like the camera's speeded up on this kid. He just gets faster and faster with every lap, and like I mentioned before, he's in good shape now. He has the confidence to attack that track for 20 laps.
Henry bobble, but good balance now, trying to chase down Emig. And here comes MK.
Bad spot right. Because if he tries to do ordinary take, try to get around Emig, he's gonna out of him. Kudrowski's using elected not. I think a little easier riding to the right. Look at him over in the air, helping him side coming out. It's a weird down on these guys. We're like that.
And a shoot away before that. Emig, and Kudrowski. Order.
Kudrowski jumping all the plateau. He's got a different rhythm. And he's carrying momentum. Be happen had he not terrible start.
Larry Ward right behind them.
Yeah, in this battle, and it takes energy out of you. When you battle like this, and back and forth, you can see the difference in Kudrowski not to jump that, but it gives him asset going into the corner, make the pass.
Gives momentum.
Right, and about Larry Ward, he's getting watching all lines, and you can bet he's going to use on some of these at the end of the race.
Whoa! We got down
Kudrowski gets around. Bad for Kudrowski now. Really come behind.
Yeah, and the wind is out. Look, he can't even get out. You know, Emick definitely but I think Kudrowski could have eliminated by realizing off a little bit. Line.
Being fronted front. Jerry, he proved in the very intense rain on the. He's up in the crack and turning the first. It's been clear today. Rocco Chase will be back. 250 action. Jeremy Bart is our leader. David Bekas continues smooth right out. But can he?
He looks back to section art. Rocco has got the bulldog stuff. Jeff Stanton tries to making time in here.
You see a good time, but Larry Ward in there in the ruts.
Well, you know it's worn down. Got to focus like here 42. He's kind of walking forth. It's tough. You got to balance the stick.
Number 7, Kudrowski. Todd the hoop. 5. Look at the field. Brian swing. And after getting in that first melee, the man number 7. 151 feel out of Ohio. He event in the fourth and the semi. Here comes a rapper. Our Jeremy McGrath.
Rancho to say seems to be the same. Here's a look at Lusk, who's trying to get to the main event. This kid has got all talent. When he learns to kill wheels, I feel a real threat. You know, and talking to he says this kid ankle problem. I'm down playing. That's causing problems. Give him the confidence. I can keep it on.
Routed out how the bike over better turn and lost didn't. It took a lot of speed from him. As you see, starting to pull a bit. Here comes number 24. In there is Larry Ward. Lusk.
Involved in that big. It wasn't really some of it. Middle of it as he was. The whole thing taken. He's watching lines, seeing where they are to pass, and time's winding down. He needs to get on the gas. He's got the speed.
Here comes Ward. 11 is steady. He knows his limit. Pressing. He's not like he did last year.
Right. Well, he's learned from last year. Showed speed. Really fast. He's talented, the experience. Couldn't keep it on too well, and put in those kind of rough. Make you a contender.
Great three. There's Emick. Goff, but gives him a chance. The fray. Pretty interesting. If factory Yamaha catch up with the Yamaha man. And
he's caught the now they're starting each other, and I think to the advantage of Larry Evans is inevitable. He's both these guys.
Is about 15 heavier as we look at the whoops.
Looks like Lusk had into the corner. Emick center. Earlier he moved in front of Kudrowski. Him out. He does the same thing. And the door on Lusk is the inside. It's not riding. He's ahead. Controls the race.
Emick who got the Orlando. He's ninth. He 15th here last year after going down to the map.
Larry Ward still battle, and the way he puts his ready, gets ready for the corner. Setting yourself up. Quick work at the make quick work. The leaders are going to be gone.
Like to hit that podium in two races. Spears through. It's by Lusk. He'll take on.
Ward's got it. Who's on that bike, and I can supposed to have an advantage. Bike's a lot like Larry Ward. Now there's the pass. Larry the corner gets bust. Times that there and basically just over to Larry.
Jeremy on top. Away. He's lead right.
But I can see has made a mistake.
Let's go to Jan backside.
So where Grass pulling out the lead. Well, check this out. He is completely that jump. The only rider race doing the second place. Mike has figured out now. Mike Baraka is doing the same. He's taking his foot. Jeremy McGrath close it. And on the lead. Art.
Thanks, example of how me just extra track.
Look at these same section. We're just jumping over.
Side track. And Larry Ward to the back. Emmy.
Larry Ward passed in the ends. Didn't have the speed. Didn't get all the way. That takes a lot. Chase it. Like as I mentioned, by Emmy lighter than Larry. The main difference.
The available is Larry fighting for factory part. Didn't matter there. Side route. More 250 after the. For two cross action, rocking low. Can't seem to on the leader. Hermie McGrath pasted there.
It was a big mistake. Lucky to save. Bomber for. He was faster than Lando. Here he is. He was Grath and he's loose.
It's not a good score. For the explosive go. Seem to beat.
Don't get the places. Rocker. See how close. Handlebar. Out of the corner. Little off. That jump. You fall.
For that. What these rider.
I think in my been over the does not.
Our leader. Beyond mechanic.
Gerald Dot. It's seems they have it out there. You gotta go. Track the track. Instead of so we just go lap cars you can go at the end. Mechanic. His rider. When to out of the way. That's all. Focus on his grab. He go out there. One else. Now ties into wise doing.
Number 11. Assistant race into Ward is Krowski. Lauren.
Drowsy. They get a terrible crack on the move. We had the whales more. Still right. You saw that corner. He same section. There.
Get interesting. Privateer and there.
Yeah. Drowsy. And it's up this ball.
Sing on lead for the instance. It's to be better, to be more, getting the end. You've won the national nature for the changing, getting new, the tuner, Lennis.
Some work with and you can't this guy talking about so and more and stuff that I've been around for professional been around everything me this year. That me got me. Plateau, that single, come around. Step. And speed goes. Over there. Come up when you go all the way. Well, now, near gear. What I might not be on the track when I'm somebody say, hey, this word try jump. So you gotta communicate somebody that can pick it out. Will tell you can't think how we can time set one certain way. When you leave Vicky Mike is 30 minutes. Call beat. Biggest thing is sprint. You know that Really? You know, not. Go out and fast lap. Do that 10.
Like could rouse in on the Lenis or throw a wrench.
I think that for me, if there is, we take care. Just do it. I don't like. So I think. There. The left. Quick. Group.
Drowski is off the being points after gear. Old ways. Win.
One saying there's two different deep sit to thing he has to and that's the sacral. You maybe not one in the long do it. But
here's what we won't be doing it. Pretty good race. But track landed and the broke. Flash G likely to.
Was it that broke? Fatigue? Somebody.
Just over there. Man. Broke. Another side. Two. I don't know. I just that's all.
All right, well, the race next. Your mind, huh?
Still next.
While his team Graf on in front looks into the seat of the first of his career.
He looks fan. You know, mind in. Problems window to win. Wire to wire. And stop this.
Well, Dave, a moment. To number 12, the shortest Supercross 30. He's on lap right. Away his career 28. The fan.
More records. Is last session over there. That theory. One else can Marco. Last. Do he's doing. He's lap. The
four second.
That's been ceramic. See him come.
Who's one 4% two season races. Checkered.
A booster home back at Anna. Morocco and there and Noakes got beat.
And great boost for him.
That's the best fluke and Hill. Second.
Go Rocco. Get a good Lawrence. With a very.
Larry, we're you here. Not the second. So we've seen factory confidence. Yeah. Lane scissor. Set it from the. I'm sure. So. Get us guys. They got a little. Training. We'll catch. Where do they have the place? He plays in the place. Improve. Well, I started first. Advantage. The track was good. You know. They were never really. Rode smart and listen.
Jeremy, perfect. Data. Go. Obviously, you're hard. You say you were. You put the pressure. We're pretty close.
You're going. I'm running. Quite a bit impressive. Together. Then I lappers and mistakes.
Had one time your dad taste it right when you almost like yet you regain that because you have to push hard to try and stay.
Well,
was riding with him. I just a little faster to time that I gave him. Of course, if you cement the track, buddy.
Yeah, he was second.
Never. I got off running. It needed to be, and that should have been put it together.
Okay, thanks.
Years. Trudome, both right.
Go out again. You dominate the whole time. And we thought stuff out there. Look back, wing back. We saw you flying, especially in some sections, some for the main, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta say those practice. I only did it, and I just Doug was doing it all. We talked each other. Okay, but save it. That's what we.
Now, what should you be able to that help confidence? What a grab. He's kind of racing.
I think it's the when I think I do my home and I make technical stuff and that track you can do supposed to.
Well, watching you.
This is smart guys. These guys work hard. They only practice. Jeremy knows practice doesn't make good. Perfect.
David, and crosses Metrodome. 103 fans have seen Jeremy 250s in the one. Continue and Anna.
Well, that'd be tough. Dominant as he band, and the seem to be carrying behind. I think it's good.
Getting ready for the down on the pick. Now, they trophy girl to get out, but she insisted. Larry worked, but more champagne this year than ever before.
I'm happy for him. Doing an excellent job. He's a private stand next to two facts. He'd like to make a hint, I think.
And Lenon goes face. Next week, this for David Bika sitting from Minneapolis. Hey, buddy.